Long ago, when the world was young and quiet, all the stories belonged to Nyame, the great sky god. No tales were told by firelight, no wisdom passed from elder to child. The people lived in silence, their days empty of wonder and their nights bereft of dreams. In this hushed world, only one creature dared to imagine something different, Anansi, the clever spider. Anansi gazed up at the vast sky where Nyame dwelt with his precious box of stories. Why should all the tales belong to one being? The spider mused, spinning his web with thoughtful precision. Stories should dance on every tongue, live in every heart. With 8 legs working swiftly, Anansi began to weave not just silk, but a plan as intricate as his finest web. Anansi climbed the silk thread that connected earth to sky and approached mighty Nyame. "Great sky god," he said with a respectful bow, "I wish to purchase your box of stories." Nyame's laughter rumbled like distant thunder. "Little spider, the price is 3 impossible tasks. First, bring me the hornets that sting like fire but can never be caught." Anansi simply smiled. "Consider it done, wise Nyame." Clever Anansi found a large gourd and filled it halfway with water. Near the hornet's nest, he began splashing water on himself and the tree, crying loudly, "Oh, what terrible rain! If only there were shelter!" The hornets, seeing the water and fearing the storm, called out, "Anansi, is there room for us somewhere dry?" "Only in this small gourd," replied the spider. "But surely you cannot all fit." "Of course we can," buzzed the hornets, and they all flew inside to prove him wrong. With the hornets secured, Anansi faced his second task, capturing Onini, the great python who could crush trees in his coils. The wise spider cut a long bamboo pole and approached the riverbank where the mighty serpent basked. "Greetings, magnificent Onini," called Anansi. "My friend and I were debating whether you are truly as long as this pole. Surely something so powerful must be even longer than it appears." Onini's pride swelled like the river after rains. "Little spider, I am far longer than your stick. Lay it beside me and see." As the great python stretched himself along the bamboo pole, Anansi began tying him to it. "Just to measure accurately," the spider explained, binding the serpent's head. "And here," he said, tying the middle, "and here at the tail, to be perfectly precise." Only when fully bound did Onini realize he had been outwitted by the clever spider. For his final task, Anansi needed to capture Osobo, the leopard whose claws could cut stone and whose roar shook the forest. The spider dug a deep pit along the leopard's hunting path and covered it with branches and leaves. When mighty Osobo fell into the trap, Anansi called down, "Oh, proud leopard, are you learning to dig like the humble mole?" The leopard's anger burned hotter than the sun. "Let me help you escape," offered Anansi, lowering a strong rope. "But first, allow me to tie it around you so you won't fall back in." Grateful and humbled, Osobo agreed. As Anansi pulled the leopard from the pit, the rope held the great cat secure. "Strength is mighty," said the spider to the captured leopard, "but wisdom is mightier still." Thus Anansi had completed all 3 impossible tasks through cleverness rather than force. Anansi returned to Nyame with the hornets buzzing in their gourd, the python bound to the pole, and the proud leopard secured with rope. The sky god marveled at the spider's ingenuity. "You have paid the price in full, clever Anansi. Through wit rather than might, wisdom rather than force, you have accomplished what seemed impossible. The stories are yours." And Nyame handed over the magnificent box containing all the tales of the world. But as Anansi descended from the sky realm, his excitement grew too great. The box slipped from his 8 legs and tumbled through the clouds, bursting open as it fell. Stories scattered like seeds on the wind, tales of heroes and wisdom, of love and loss, of magic and mystery. They spread to every corner of the earth, landing in every village, every home, every heart that yearned for wonder. And so it was that Anansi's clumsiness became humanity's greatest gift. No longer did stories belong to one being alone. They belonged to everyone. Children learned wisdom through tales, elders passed down knowledge through stories, and every person could share in the magic of narrative. From that day forward, all stories have been called Anansi stories, honoring the clever spider who freed them from the sky.